Welcome to BotSoakers 5-minute tutorials. In this video, I want to give some additional information about 3 things I've not covered in my other tutorials. The strengths of global heroes and how to utilise the ability when drafting one. How best to take the different camps, and the pitfalls and advantages of taking a boss. The hope is you'll learn something new and be a more efficient player because of it. Number 1. Globals. Global heroes such as Brightwing, the Hacker, Fausted, ETC, Deathwing, Zagara and Abba can add great utility to any team composition, especially on large 3-lane maps. If you draft one of these heroes, it's your job to ensure that you use their global ability for 2 main purposes. Firstly and most importantly, to get ahead in XP. Stay in lane soaking as the objective is announced and during skirmishes, but be prepared to portal into the team fight as a hard engage starts to prevent forcing your teammates into a 4v5 situation. Utilising this tactic will enable you to take 1 or perhaps 2 waves worth of XP over your opponent and therefore an XP lead from every objective or meaningful teamfight. The second strength of a global is being able to teleport in to gank overextended heroes, again harvesting more XP, but importantly giving your team temporary map control and hopefully empowering yourselves to take boss, push forts or invade camps uncontested, or, if contested, forcing a favourable 5v4 during one of these bold moves. If the above scenarios are not forthcoming, you should look to use the global to get to faraway lanes to defend camps, tower pushes, and generally respond quickly to threats as they arise. You will need to have a good awareness of the minimap for this. Cultivate this skill, it will pay dividends in so many ways as you improve in Heroes of the Storm. With the fight won and no chance of being contested, his team rightly starts the boss. Fausted is low on health and mana but wants to be able to push with the boss. It only takes 10 seconds for him to half-stone to base, then fly back to his team with full health and mana. He's able to help secure the boss and is ready to push with it. Caught in a losing 3v4 team fight and low on health and mana, Fausted retreats and checks the minimap for somewhere else he can get value. He flies bot, taps the well, clears the sieging camp, then lingers in lane to soak XP and protect the temple. Noticing the bottom fort is being destroyed, and knowing the importance of holding this, Deathwing pings the sapper camp for help, taps the well, then uses his global ability to land and defend the tower from KTZ. Bot mid double altars are about to spawn, and holding that fort will greatly reduce the enemy's options for contesting this objective. Number 2. Camps. Different camps have different strengths and as such can be used in different ways. Knights give spell armour, so are great to push with. Shaman and Lancers shouldn't get targeted by the fort they push, so can siege indefinitely if not cleared by heroes, so get these to split push while you fight for an objective. Item camps are so valuable you need to get them on cooldown. Otherwise, you are losing an important resource that could easily be used to help turn a team fight or push a fort. Sappers on Towers of Doom will potentially give you shots on core, making these immensely important and shouldn't be overlooked. All the camps have an efficient way to take fast and reduce the damage you receive while doing so, and a not so efficient way that increases the damage you take while capping. The following will show the uninitiated the best way to do them. Siege Giants. Any ranged DPS hero can solo these camps without losing any health by stutter stepping around the red hit circles to dodge the rocks they throw. When doing so, make sure you put all your damage onto a single giant until he surrenders prior to moving on to the other. This will quickly reduce the camp's ability to damage you by half, making any mistakes more forgiving. Night camps. Always kill the mage first, as it protects the camp with a spell shield until it surrenders. You should look to kite these camps as they are melee based and will reposition instead of attacking you when out of range. This tactic makes killing them faster and leads to you taking significantly less damage while doing so. Not all heroes can solo these camps until later levels, so look to take them as 2, unless you have drafted Greymane, Rhaegar, Rexxar, Sonya, Zul, or other similar heroes. Shaman camps. When defending against a shaman camp, you should mostly ignore the dogs and focus down the shaman as soon as possible. If you kill the dogs first, the shaman will only respawn them. When capping a shaman camp, the opposite is true. He doesn't respawn the dogs, and as they have fewer hit points than him, focus them first to quickly reduce the amount of targets doing you damage. Sappers. You can dodge most of the damage these throw, but as they are spread out, it's hard to hit them all with some AoE spells, so the best thing is to shoot one then retreat so the other two move forward to damage you. This should put them in a line and make it easier to hit all three at once. Then you need to hit and move, trying to focus all of your damage on one target. When it dies, the potential damage you'll take is reduced by a third, and then half of that again when the next falls. Turret camps. Always kill the man before the gun, as he will repair the gun, meaning more damage will be needed to down the camp. It will take longer and you will lose more health as a result. Don't forget to pick the turret up and, importantly, press the F key to place it. If you die without doing so, whoever killed you can pick it up. Gifting an item to your killer is very regrettable indeed. Low health heroes like healers and mages are best to carry these camps, as if they are focused in a team fight, they can immediately drop the turret to help ward off the flanker. And conversely, a tank or bruiser should hold the support camp, as they normally try to draw out damage and are often in the middle of the fight, so more of your team will benefit when used. Support camp. This camp only features on Volskaya Foundry and should be treated as a mini boss. Normally the first team to reach level 10 will look to use that advantage by capping this support camp. It's an extremely powerful item, and I therefore recommend you take it as often as possible. This will deny your opponent the opportunity and give you a huge advantage while you fight over the objective, particularly if used early in the team fight. Samurai camp. This is the most powerful camp in the game. Look to take it as often as is practicable. It's hard to solo in the early game, and due to its power, is likely to be invaded, so it's best to take as 3 or more. When doing so, be sure to dodge its devastating but telegraphed swipe attack. Lancers. Their damage can't be dodged, so make sure you kill them one at a time to again reduce the total damage you take from capping it. They can, however, be blinded. Lastly, camps are a good source of XP, but offer so much more than that. Push with them. Use them to split push and to empower or deny sieging objectives. Number 3. Boss. Taking a boss is a high risk, high reward play, and many games are lost losing a team fight over the boss. Before even attempting boss, there are a few things to consider. Firstly, as with everything in HotS, the power of the boss scales as time in the game progresses, meaning early bosses are nowhere near as powerful as late game bosses, and you'll likely get nothing more than a tower or two with a boss before level 10. Your time is far better spent out-soaking your opponent, getting 10 first, win a fight convincingly, then take boss while they are dead and unable to contest. It's worth noting which team has the best boss fight capabilities, and which, if any, has the power to steal boss caps using abilities like Faustad's Gust, Tyrael's Holy Ground, Irel's Knockback, Stukhov's Swipe and others. If they have these abilities and you have no clear advantage, it's best to avoid attempting a boss play. If you want to start a boss hoping to sneak it while the enemy are busy elsewhere, make sure you don't reveal yourself on the minimap by passing minions in lane or making a gank attempt while approaching the boss pit. If you are found out, it's very important to leash the boss and fight. If you fight while capping boss, your team's DPS will be split and you'll be taking much more damage than them and potentially getting zoned out of the fray, or worse, caught up in the boss stun. Again, the odds are against you in this all too common scenario. Make sure the bulk of your opponent's team are either dead or showing far away on the minimap before even trying it. Otherwise, more often than not, it ends badly. However, if you do have a clear advantage, it's a great way to tempt your opponents into an unfair fight. Make sure to push for structures, and if you secure a couple of kills, keep pushing to end with boss. It has massive siege and teamfight value, and this should be utilised. The only exception to this is if a stronger objective is starting. Then you can use boss to split push while they defend it, thereby surrendering the objective to you for free. Forcing impossible decisions like this on your adversary should be your aim. Try not to half-stone and allow it to be defended for free. The rule of thumb is to look to push the advantage while it lasts and get what you can from it. Noting the lane the boss will push at the beginning of each map is important. This lane should be prioritised as it offers an end game opportunity in the late to mid game, especially when there isn't a keep between boss and core. Likewise, defending your structures in this lane to prevent handing your opponent that same end game opportunity is vital. I hope you enjoyed and took something from the video. If you did, take a moment to like, comment and subscribe for more. If you'd like to join us for a few games, BotSoakers stream HotS every Monday and Sunday night. Tune into the stream and ask for an invite. Good luck and have fun.
Please leave comments, share and subscribe, and if you thought that it was worth it, then give it a like.